Cool. That's great. I appreciate the background because it gives us a good directive, and that leads into, I know, a lot of questions here today. So you guys had some on marketing to restaurants. So what's your thoughts on that? What's your question in that regard?
Well,
So I'm just going to butt in real quick. So with that, COVID did a lot to throw us off the rails a little bit. And I think
our governor.
Oh,
Not a fan of our governor.
So we went to a lot of great restaurants and they were really interested. Like, you know, we gave them samples and they were blown away. And it just never went through because at that time it was like restaurants were on, then restaurants were off and on and off, and they just couldn't pull the trigger. So I think like we were crippled by that a little bit, and we're definitely going to go out again. But any other ways to go and like keep, you know, putting a bug in their ear would be helpful to learn, because I don't want to keep going to a restaurant while they're busy, you know.
No, it's a great question, Danny. And really where it comes down to for us, like my background, as you know, is hospitality. So restaurants was my forte, but the irony is I didn't have any local contacts when I began. Like we didn't just go, get 30 restaurants because they're friends of chefs, right? It was literally, you know, numbers. For us, this business is a game of numbers. The more people you talk to, the more business you get. It really is inevitable, but you got to hedge your labor. And for me, I worked 8 to 5, so I had to figure out a way to do it.
Right.
And get a massive amount of people in a short period of time. We did every single reach out through Instagram and or Facebook or email. I've never once done a cold call. I've never just got samples, gone to a restaurant and said, hey, my name is Dave. I operate a local microgreen farm up here in north of Calgary. Love to chat with you. Problem is because as you probably found out over time, now let's take COVID aside, you go in there, well, hopefully the chef's there, first of all. Let's just say
Right.
They're not. Well, then what do? You have your product here. It's an awkward little moment. Well, do I drop it off? And hopefully the chef gets it. But where it comes down to for me is that you are your farm. That's what we forget. We draw samples and like, oh, they're going to love how great quality are there. Well, okay, well, it doesn't come with instructions. It's like getting an IKEA bookshelf and just trying to build it, right? It's like, okay, I guess I can figure it out, or it's just too much work. I'm not going to do it.
Right.
Like pea shoots are pea shoots, radish is radish. What's going to separate you guys from anybody else, from these other farms you've even talked about, is just you, how you organize, just your story and how you're actually cultivating a system behind you that is, I don't know, quote unquote, proprietary per se, but is different than other farms. That is, you actually bring your engineering background into something to create an agricultural product that is going to be sold within 10 square miles, right? It's not coming from Jersey, you know, so forth and so forth. But everything for me was just numbers. I set a goal for me for restaurants, and that was 4 new clients monthly. And that's a number. So to get 4, I might have to talk to 10 that month. I might have to talk to 30. And I mean outreach. So for me, simply put, I just wanted to get a kneecap to kneecap meeting, whatever that took. So I would basically send out 5 Instagram messages. I would search out the chefs or the restaurants I wanted to talk to. There's a great thing called Google. We so often think there's so many, I don't know where to go. Make a hit list. For me, it's just diversifying where your revenue stream comes from. So you have, let's say, restaurants as the umbrella, but within that, you know, subcategorize it. Are they an Asian fusion? Are they a breakfast spot? Are they dinner only? Are they a cafe? Then you start getting even subcategories. Are they a food truck? Maybe let's start reaching out to golf courses as seasons are opening up now, and there's a lot of restaurants there. Hedging it against a larger conglomerate, go to big hotels that have 5 restaurants, and guess what? In-room service, right? Maybe go to a spa and they have, you know, canapes and dine in, right? This is where we got to get out of just the restaurants and the farmers markets to, how do I call it, gap places? Those in-between places are so often overlooked. The food service industry is your market. Anybody and everybody that sells food to another human being is essentially a client.
Right.
So for the biggest clients are coffee shops. I have a bakery taking over $1,000 a month of product because we never thought bakery would be a sufficient client. But these guys, in the midst of COVID too, they wanted to kind of figure out another way besides just selling bread. So they started doing grab and go sandwiches. So they sought out partnership with local providers. So we're the microgreen guys. They sourced out like a condiment guy, a local protein person to make, you know, a sandwich to go, right? And the thing is, they buy wholesale from us, so large pack sizes. But they also sell it grocery style too. So they sell the individual items that they put into their sandwiches as a retail item. And we actually cultivated that idea with them. And the cool thing is, you guys, this is your business. You can actually suggest ideas to clients. I tell how to use microgreens.
Mhm.
Unique way that we actually